Welcome back to the finale of Agri-Truth, where we will be diving into intriguing conversations about the role, future, and power of our young generation in addressing the issue of food security. Welcome to episode 5, The Future of the Youth in Food Security. I am your host, Hazel Nyukabi, and today I have the privilege of being graced by the presence of a tech savvy, tech minded, and tech innovator who's also a recent graduate in software engineering, Abigail Amani. First of all, congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Let's kick things off with getting to know some of the agri tech projects that you have worked on.
So, one of the websites that I have created is called CommuniGrow. So, this website focuses on growing the community in terms of agriculture, which we start at the home. So, this website focuses on house plants and home gardens. So, in this website, you can order houseplants based on the climatic conditions of where you live, the amount of care that these plants need, for those people who may not have as much time, also depending on price and the soil available to you. And this website also has a community where you can interact with other home gardeners, learn new innovations, and just grow together.
That's very impressive. And speaking into smart farming, looking at your technology of CommuniGrow, how do these technologies, especially agri apps and digital platforms, contribute to the efficiency of agriculture?
So these agri apps and the digital platforms, like I have said, mine as well as many other, agriculture based apps have communities where you can connect with people all over the world who may have other ideas and other innovations that you may not have in your own community. So this helps people to find solutions faster and, just gain new ideas to just add to the agricultural space.
You've spoken into connecting with other countries and connecting to innovations, other technologies, and some of the emerging technologies, as we know, that have been gaining popularity in the Kenyan scene include the likes of drones, hydroponics, biotech crops. For those who are new to some of these terms, could you give us an overview of what these technologies are? How are they used, and what is their implication on the evolution of agriculture?
Of course, so you have mentioned some of these technologies, the drones, the hydroponics, and the biotech crops. And, for example, the drones that are used in the agricultural space are equipped with sensors and cameras that are able to monitor crops from the air so they can check pH, they can identify diseases, they can also map out areas that are affected by certain diseases or like animal or pest attacks, I guess. So I'm actually looking forward to using this in my own farm in Nakuru where our maize produce has been having a few issues, with monkeys, just eating the maize, and it reduces the yield. So being able to use this will greatly help us to just increase that yield and get the best value for the money put in to growing these plants. And we've also discussed hydroponics. So this, of course, is growing plants without soil, and these are projects that we have seen, in places like Kibera and Kahawa West, where they use, piping like PVC pipes to grow these plants, and of course for biotech crops which have been around and continue to grow. These are the crops that have been modified genetically to be resistant to the conditions that would normally just easily destroy them. So we've seen drought resistant crops that are resistant to certain pests. And of course, this is a continuing development because, when you look into it, some of these crops may not even make it past the germinating phase. They may, rot at that point or produce fruits that rot even before the time of harvest. So, yes, it's still a continuing development, and we would, of course, love to see where it goes.
Indeed, and now that you're mentioning that it's a continuing development, my next question is looking ahead, what future technologies do you envision or do you aspire to invent yourself in the realm of agri-tech?
When it comes to agri-tech, I would envision technology that is able to source out, water that's underground. We have had many problems with, drought and not finding water, not having enough water. So being able to have technology that sources water underground for people to like make boreholes and know where to plant, know where that water is available would be would be just amazing to see in the future in the space of agriculture.
Lastly, do you believe that food security is truly attainable, given the influence technological innovations are having in the field of agriculture?
I do think it is attainable, seeing as technology is very quickly advancing, and these solutions are being found way faster, like we've seen in terms of finding more space to grow crops. We have put up, vertical farming. You've seen it on the highways. It's being used in many places. Of course, even in some countries, more developed countries, they use data gathering using AI. So for them, this is like 24/7 analysis of data, which helps them identify the problems early. Then, of course, we've seen also in the US, they use reared bees to, as pest control instead of using chemical pesticides. They would put like trace amounts of powdered pest control on, on these bees. So as they move from flower to flower, plant to plant, this is spread around a large area, and it is, you know, not harmful to the environment. It's very environment friendly, and it's new. It's a new way to do things, and it's very just cost effective to everyone, and effective to the agricultural space.
I'm quite enthusiastic for the future of technology. I think we can call it a day at this point. Thank you so much once again for being part of this platform as we come to the culmination of the same. As it stands, we have covered quite a number of diverse conversations, from interacting with agri driven and non agri driven youth in the first two episodes to conversations about government involvement in the business of young people driving food security in the third episode. We also had the privilege of conversing with the founder of a youth led agri based CBO in the previous episode, and now culminating with this episode where we have gotten a chance to get a grasp of the world of agri-tech. So join me in my immersive journey as I document the initiatives taking place on the ground in my upcoming documentary. For now, thank you for tuning in. I was your host Hazel Mukabi, and she was.
Abigail Amani.
See you in the next one. All right. Bye bye.